So weather and climate, let's get started. So in this chapter, we will learn about the weather, people, atmosphere, the difference between weather and climate. Now, what is weather, what is climate, and the difference in the climate, the weather and the people. So now let's study about this. Okay, so it says over here that the people in Pakistan and in winter months, okay? It's going to tell about the people in Pakistan in the winter months. So it's saying that look at the headlines of the article figure 1.1 in the Dawn newspaper. A Karachi newspaper published in November. What had the price of the warm clothes got to do with the weather in Karachi? Now it's telling here in this particular article given over here that what are the prices of the clothes and how are the prices of the clothes connected with the season, with the weather. Okay, so prices of warm clothes likely to go up. Now, what is this thing, guys? This small thing over here is actually a cutting of a newspaper from Dawn newspaper, which is, given over here. That it says, it discusses about that the prices of the warm clothes, like, going high in this region. All right. Why it's happening? So that's a news report from Karachi, November 8. So it says that misty winds and fall in temperature have marked the beginning of the winter in the city and in the other parts of the province, Sindh. So this is like, a kind of a newspaper article over here. People have started buying warm clothes and making other pre-winter arrangements. Warm clothes, including shawls, sweaters, and socks, are seen at the shops in the Lunda Bazaar market of the second-hand clothes. Actually, what do we call Lunda Bazaar? If you don't know, it means that the market of the second-hand clothes. Usually, these clothes are imported from the another countries or exported from another countries to Pakistan, and they're already worn by other people. So there's different quality and grades in these, Lunda Bazaar market clothes, whatever the products you go and find there are some, totally A grade clothes, which they look exactly like new. They're kind of refurbished, but usually they all are secondhand, right? And you can get amazing things in very cheap price. Well, I'm not doing marketing of Lunda Bazaar over here, but just for the record, trying to make you understand. Acha, then, and on the push carts in the downtown areas, such southern of the city, to detriment of the common man. Okay, to the detriment of the common man, the shopkeepers take the change in the weather as the opportunity of making money and to put the prices beyond the reach of poor. Despite the claim that being reasonable by shopkeepers, the buyers have complaints of hike in the prices. Now see, why do people want to go to Lunda Bazaar and buy these clothes, whereas they can go to Outfitters, they could go to Führer, they could go to Breakout, or they could go to malls and, big branded shops? See, there is a huge number of people in Pakistan who are living under the line of poverty, and they, of course, cannot go to such, expensive branded shops where, you get one t-shirt for 1,400 rupees, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 rupees even, okay? So they cannot go and buy over there. So for them, the cheaper alternative and the good alternative is the Lunda Bazaar. So now when these people are going to Lunda Bazaar and when they are buying these things, but from that bazaar, having this thing in mind that they are going to get this product very cheap from there. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen, okay? Why? Because every year, what is happening that these shopkeepers in the Lunda Bazaar, they're also taking advantage of those people and they're taking advantage of their need, their requirement, and telling them, bhai, if you want to buy, you can buy, otherwise, leave it. And these clothes are really good, really reasonable and amazing. Though, if you compare the prices of, clothes of Lunda Bazaar 10 years ago as compared today, so yes, there has been an inflation. There has been, in Urdu we call mehengai, even in the Lunda Bazaar clothes as well. So, which is, of course, not a very good thing to happen. Acha, then let's continue. Now I'm going to be reading. I hope you understood this thing, okay? Now let's come to read the weather, okay? Now this article, I'm going to read this one. So, Karachi, November 8, another article. Weather is expected to be cool on Tuesday. Now this is a news report, okay? It's in the newspaper. It says that a weather report. This is a weather report. You can call it a weather report. So, Karachi, November 8, the city weather is expected to be cool on Tuesday, with the minimum temperature coming down to 19 degrees centigrade. The maximum temperature will be 33 to 35 degrees centigrade. Acha, this maximum temperature, what I've seen in my iPhone, it usually happens at the time of, let's say, between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. This happens between the time of 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. This is, a kind of general knowledge what I want to give you at the moment. Right. Acha. Then over here in the second one, it says that weather conditions are similar in the other parts of Sindh and Balochistan, Quetta, where the temperature dropped to the freezing point at the night, became the coldest place in the two provinces on Monday. All right. So moving further, Chores 36 degrees was the warmest. Okay. So it's saying that the weather conditions in the other similar parts of Sindh and Balochistan. For instance, take example of Quetta. See now, talking about Quetta, Quetta is in Balochistan. Though Quetta is the capital city of the Balochistan, it's the main city of the Balochistan province. Like in Sindh, we have Karachi. So the geography and the topography of Quetta is in a way that it is in the high mountains. The mountains, the city is kind of covered with mountains, and the altitude means that the level above the height above the sea level. Okay, the ground above the sea level. How much is the altitude? If in Urdu, if I want to explain you this thing, that वो सतह समंदर से कितना ऊपर है, like how much that place is a little bit up. Okay. Acha, furthermore, where the temperature dropped to the freezing point at night, Acha became the coldest place in the two provinces on Monday. Acha, one thing I would like to ask you guys, and you can also tell me this thing in the comment section below, that do you understand the videos in English, or do you want me to make them in Urdu? I can make them in Urdu for you if it's up to you. It's on your discretion, all right? So I'm leaving this thing on you totally, all right? So, yeah, I mean, like, you can totally tell me about it. Acha, now, without further ado, let's continue. So now over here it says that why were the shopkeepers likely to hike the prices of shawls, sweaters, and socks? Do you think that it is the misty wind or fall in the temperature that was most likely to make the people buy warm clothes? The weather report figure 1.2, okay, this one they're talking about, this one over here, shows that the weather was different in Quetta, and in what ways in what way was it different from the weather in Karachi? So it's like, comparing the both cities, Karachi and Quetta. It's asking you, it's kind of comparing the most least temperature and the most highest temperature, that where it was quite same in the cities and how it was different. And it's also pointing out this particular news article over here, which is figure 1.1 newspaper article, that by if the winter, or if the season is changing, if the winters are coming, why do you think that the shopkeepers are raising their prices? So we actually just discussed that over here. Now let's move further. Figure 1.1 and 1.2 refers only to the temperature and wind. Okay, whereas figure 1.3, which is this one, okay, we're going to be talking about this one right here. 1.4 refers to the other weather conditions. For example, in what ways was the weather different in the north and the south of Pakistan? Now we are comparing the northern region of Pakistan and the southern region of Pakistan. What problems did the weather causes for the people in the north? Has the weather ever caused you any problem in the winter months? I'm asking you, because we live in the southern part of Pakistan. See, you need to understand the topography and the geographical map of Pakistan. So if you talk about the northern areas, so I'm probably talking about the areas like Islamabad, Skardu, Abbottabad, the high hilly areas, okay, which are higher in the altitude, like wo satah samundar se upar hain wo jagahein, right? And then if you talk about the Sindh, Balochistan, a little bit of central Punjab as well. So these places are, not so much higher than the sea level. Okay, the altitude is not that much high, and comparatively, these places, the southern part of Pakistan, is considered as tropically hot, or hot in simple ways. We can also say, like, it's kind of sometimes humid, sometimes it's dry, but it's mostly like really hot, and no one likes it. Okay, so I can take my words back. Not no one, but a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people do. I sometimes do, sometimes don't. All right. So weather. Acha, now let's read this news article from 1.3. So it says here that Karachi, November 12, city weather remained dry and cool at the night and hot in the day. On Friday, minimum and maximum temperature ranges between 19 till 32.7. Acha, minimum and maximum. I've already told you that the 32.7, the highest temperature, is between 2 to 3 p.m. And the minimum, what in my opinion, what I have seen, is usually between 5 a.m. till 7 a.m. 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Usually I've seen is between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Usually the lowest temperature, like, the coldest, you can say in simple words, and the hottest and the highest temperature, depending on the number of days, it's usually between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. I mean, you all have smartphones. Definitely you're watching this video on a smartphone probably. So you can definitely check out in your weather application. Okay. Then it says that the MET office, okay, Now the MET office, MET, we're going to discuss about that as well. It's actually the meteorological department of Pakistan, okay, which actually tells you the weather forecast and everything. So the Met office has forecast fair and partly cloudy weather on Saturday, with a minimum temperature between 19 to 21 degrees centigrade and the maximum temperature in range of 31 to 33 degrees centigrade. The weather of the other parts of the Sindh and Balochistan region will also remain dry and forecast said. Acha, I'm just gonna say this thing a little bit in Urdu that क्यों वेदर जो हमारा एटमॉस्फेयर होता है, जो हमारी वेदर होती है, वाई इट बिकम्स ड्राई, ये ड्राई क्यों होती है? देखो डिफरेंट हम चीज़ें फील करते हैं. समटाइम्स वी फील ह्यूमिड, हमें थोड़ी गर्मी ज़्यादा होती है, पसीना ज़्यादा आता है. यूजुअली जो लोग कराची में रहते हैं, दे कैन डेफिनेटली सेकंड मी ऑन दिस, दैट समटाइम्स देयर वेदर, नॉट समटाइम्स बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स देयर वेदर इज़ क्वाइट मिस्टी. There's mist kind of in the weather. There's kind of moist in the weather. When you're sweating in Karachi, it's really popular. I've heard from my elders and I've experienced this thing as well, that जब हम कराची में होते हैं तो पसीना kind of सूखता नहीं है unless you're not going in an AC or malls or something like that. Why is that so? Whereas when we are in Hyderabad, we live in Hyderabad, so the temperature is definitely hot as compared to Karachi. It's not that moderate. एंड यहाँ पे अगर हमें पसीना आता है तो कभी कभी सूख भी जाता है, कभी नहीं भी सूखता. सो वाई डज दैट हैपन? सो आई एम लाइक दिस इज थिंग दैट यू कैन गो एंड रिसर्च ऑन दैट. Alright guys, so let's stop this video right here. People in Pakistan in the summer months. I'm going to continue this one in the next video. Alright, so yeah, just want to make these short, small chunks that it's easy for you to watch, to hold up, and to have a little bit engagement with you as well. And yeah, so the things that I asked you, that what kind of explanation would you like to have? Would you like to have topic wise, or you want me to make the videos of entire chapter and upload it part wise, like 5 minutes under and 5 minutes part? So 2 options. And how would you want me to make the video? Do you want me to make it 100% in English? Do you want me to make 100% in Urdu, or do you want the mixture of Urdu and English together? So yeah, it's totally your decision. Okay, whatever you say, I'm gonna make it that way, because these videos are for you, for your guidance. So yeah, whatever you say. All right, so see you in the next video, in which we're going to inshallah discuss about people in Pakistan in the summer months, northern areas in grip of severe cold. Okay, and we're going to be continuing discussing this. So thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, share it with your friends, the one who are studying in grade 7, if anyone wants you to study a little bit about geography. And yep, if you like the video, subscribe the channel, hit the thumbs up, and yep, comment down in the video. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum. See you in the next one. Bye bye.